Hello people and welcome back to Wine Chat. My name is Emma and I'm a certified sommelier with a mission to spread wine knowledge and to help you drink better. Now, a couple of days ago on Thursday, I saw that Wine Folly had announced that it was International Cabernet Sauvignon Day. And I was very excited because just as much as the next sommelier, I love Cabernet Sauvignon in all its forms. And let's be honest, I love a good wine holiday. And it got me thinking, we need to do a little bit of a wine chat about Cabernet Sauvignon, king of the grapes. Cabernet Sauvignon is one of the world's most widely known red grape varietals and is grown in pretty much every single major wine producing country, from places like Canada to France to New Zealand, even in Lebanon. So Cabernet Sauvignon originally comes from the Aquitaine department in France, which is where Bordeaux is located. And it's a cross between Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc. So these two grapes came together and as parents created a little baby, which ended up being the king of grapes, Cabernet Sauvignon. In a Cabernet Sauvignon wine, you're often going to find it's really rich, it's quite bold, full-bodied, with kind of medium plus to high tannins and medium plus to high acidity. You get a lot of notes of black fruit like black cherry and black currant, a little bit of cedar, baking spices. Cabernet Sauvignon is traditionally aged in oak, quite often a lot of new oak as well. So you will always get a little bit of the oak characteristics. And with age, you get a bit of leather, kind of forest floor and cigar box kind of notes. Although Cabernet Sauvignon is grown worldwide, there are 4 main countries and places that make most of the world's Cabernet Sauvignon. Area number 1 is Bordeaux. Bordeaux is very much the OG home of Cabernet Sauvignon. That is here that you will find some of the most expensive, age-worthy and savory examples of Cabernet Sauvignon. In Bordeaux, you're going to want to look at the left bank and the more gravelly areas such as the Medoc or Graves. You can also find some great examples from the gravelly areas within Côtes de Bourg and Belay. In Bordeaux, however, it's quite rare to find 100% Cabernet Sauvignon nowadays. It's mostly what we call a Bordeaux blend. Many countries have also taken the name Bordeaux blend and run with it to describe their style of wine. In Bordeaux, a Bordeaux blend basically is going to be a blend between predominantly Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Petit Verdot, and Cabernet Franc. There are a few other grapes they can throw in, but those are the 4 main ones. In Bordeaux, especially the age-worthy examples, they can be very savory, but don't let that put you off. I've had some incredible aged Bordeaux that almost makes you want to cry. It's that good. Next, we have North Coast AVA in California, USA. So the North Coast includes some of California's most well-known AVAs, including Napa Valley, Sonoma, Lake County, and Mendocino, and they all make incredible examples of Cabernet Sauvignon. This area became quite famous and well-renowned after the 1976 Judgment of Paris tasting, in which Stag Sleep wine cellars bet many of France's most well-known examples of Cabernet Sauvignon, including Mouton Rothschild, Haut-Brion, and Liévin Las Cases. Napa Valley is probably the most well-known area within the North Coast AVA, and it's well-known for producing really lush, hedonistic, and ripe examples of Cabernet Sauvignon. It still has a lot of the kind of black fruit and baking spices that you get in Bordeaux, but there's also often quite a lot of kind of tobacco and mint leaf characteristics coming through, even when the wine is young. Now, Napa is home to what we call cult wineries. Now, it's not as scary as it seems. These are wineries that have really well-known brand names. They make incredible wines, but at quite a smaller production and a very, very high price. These are wines that are extremely hard to get your hands on. These are wineries like Grace Family Vineyards, Highland Estate, Delaval, and the most culty of them all, and the one wine that I don't think I will ever get to try, is Screaming Eagle. South Australia. Now, South Australia provides quite a unique style of Cabernet Sauvignon, falling somewhere in between the styles of Bordeaux and Napa Valley. The wines often take on a characteristic of white pepper and bay leaf while still being very deep and powerful. This is especially true in Coonawarra, which has a lovely warm climate and special Terra Rossa soils, which are red clay. Often you can find some really good value Cabernet Sauvignons from South Australia at a fraction of the price compared to Bordeaux and Napa Valley. If you want some of the best value for money Cabernet Sauvignons in the world, then look no further than Chile. While yes, there can be some cheap and lower quality wines coming out of places like Central Valley, you can also find some amazing examples of Cabernet Sauvignon if you look towards places like Aconcagua, Maipo Valley, Cachapol, Cochagoa Valley. Chile Cabernet Sauvignon often has a little less oakiness than Bordeaux or Napa, but it has more flavors such as fig paste and green peppercorns. Especially look for wines from Maipo Valley, which has one of the most perfect Mediterranean climates for Cabernet Sauvignon. It's situated between the cooling winds of the Pacific Ocean and the very hot inland Andes Mountains. Now, what to pair with this beautiful glass of Cabernet Sauvignon? Well, I'm not one to often tell people what they can and can't do with their wines. However, when it comes to Cabernet Sauvignon, there is something that is an unforgivable sin. Please, listen to me very carefully here. Never, ever pair your Cabernet Sauvignon with sushi, sashimi, or raw fish. Please don't do it. Basically, anything else that has a really bold, really strong flavor is going to stand up really well to the wine. You're going to want to look for red meat like steaks, something with a peppery flavor, some strong, smelly French cheeses, or even for myself, as a vegetarian, a lovely, rich tomato pasta will pair wonderfully with this Cabernet Sauvignon. Que bello! Now, to tell you a little bit about this beautiful glass of Cabernet Sauvignon that I have been sipping on whilst filming this video. This is a bottle that I got given from Napa Valley's Vintners Association for doing one of their online wine courses during lockdown. It is the Schaefer 2017 1.5 from Stag's Leap District in Napa Valley. It is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. Yes, it's a little bit too early to be drinking. I would have loved to have kept this for another few years. However, it got accidentally corrivened, so I am very slowly making my way through this beautiful bottle. It has spent 20 months in 100% new French oak. It has notes of like super ripe black fruit, black currant, cream de cassis, touch of earthiness, kind of cigar box, a little bit of violets as well, and a touch of vanilla coming through from that French oak too. This is a really spectacular glass of wine. Well, that is all from me today, team. I would love to hear what is your favorite example of Cabernet Sauvignon in the comments below. Let me know, and remember to subscribe for more upcoming wine education. Anyway guys, until next time, remember, drink better, be better.